Welcome back everyone, and in today's video lesson we are going to look at similar motion. And if you recall, similar motion is going to have the same direction, but it's going to have a different distance. That's a really key point to similar motion. That means that the interval size is going to change, and so this would be equivalent to our standard harmonization. So think about how you harmonize, let's say, thirds or maybe sixths. It's going to look like that. It's going to feel like that. So let's take a look at an example here. And if I have V1, and V1 is going to be my voice 1, and I want you to imagine that V2 up here is going to be our voice 2, and that it's going to be above the melody. So it's higher, right? So harmonizing this by thirds would look like this. I would take the third degree from the melody, in this case 1, 2, 3, and that would give me an E. And then I think about the third from here, 1, 2, 3. And what does that give me? That's going to give me an F, and so on and so forth, right? I can keep doing this, and that is what I'm going to get, okay? So that's harmonizing by thirds. So pretty basic, pretty simple. And a key point is that the interval size is changing, all right? And so we're going to explore that a little bit more as we go on. Now let's look at V3. So this is voice 3. We're still above our melody. We're going to harmonize by sixth. And so what does that mean? It means that we're going to start from our C, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so that's what I'm going to choose to harmonize by, which is going to be the A note and the B note as I go on. And this is just writing out something like this. Okay. And what you'll notice is that all of these, they're all in the key of C major. They're all in the key of C major. I'll just put a capital M. So they're all in the key of C major. And that is really the big core concept with similar motion, is we're trying to keep it in the same key. So we kind of think of the melody is in this key of C major. We want our harmonization to also be in the key of C major. Okay. And so what does that look like? Well, it means that here, when I think of this interval, that is going to be a major third. But the next one is going to be a minor third, and the next one is a minor third, then the next one's a major third, and a major third, and then a minor third, and then a minor third. Okay, and so you can see clearly these interval sizes are changing, right? Major thirds are 2 half steps. So we have 2 half steps, step and a half, step and a half, 2 half steps, 2 half steps, step and a half, step and a half, right? So I'm looking from C to E, D to F, E to G, F to A, G to B, so on and so forth. And we can see that very clearly the interval sizes are changing. And this is actually also true when we compare our melody to our sixths. It's going to be the same exact concept here where the interval size is going to change. Okay, now let's do a quick comparison of parallel versus similar. And we're going to start down here at our melody. And our melody, once again, we want to consider that V2 is going to be higher than our melody. And that's just for giggles for now. And let's move that over here. All right, so our V2 is going to be higher. And if I would do this as parallel, and remember that parallel is that the interval size is going to stay the same, then what I'm going to end up with is what would be a fifth up from C. That would give me G, and then A, B, C, D, E, and F sharp. And clearly this is not in the key of C major. Right, so that we've actually changed key signatures here. Now, if I were to do this as similar, this is just a piece of cake. This becomes G, A, B, C, D, E, F. So this is very different. This is a different aspect here. We have the actual key of C major because all of these notes here agree with the key of C major. And that's the core concept of using similar motion. Basically, it says whatever your melody is, we're really trying to get it to be the same key signature for your harmony. We want them to match up, and that tends to be a little bit more tonally pleasing to the ears. Let's look at another example here using thirds. And once again, we're going to be comparing from down here, right? So way down here at our melody, and up to here. Okay, so that's what we're doing. All right, so a third from that would give us an E, a third from a D, right from here, it's going to give us F sharp. Your third from an E would give you G sharp, and so on and so forth, A, B, C sharp, and D sharp. And what you can really see is that you're really way off of your key signature at this point. Is if we do everything as parallel, G sharp is not in the key of C major. Neither is C sharp or D sharp. But what does it look like if we did similar motion instead? We would have E, F, G, A, B, C, and D. And so that's a really key point, is that this is now, the way that this is done with this similar, it's in the correct key. If we were trying to keep it in the key of C major, if we didn't really want to cause any musical waves, so to speak, then this is really the way to go. So that's why traditional harmonization is really just a shoot off of parallel voice leading. In our next music theory video, we will take a look at the next type of voice leading, which is contrary.